Aldehydes and ketones. Today topic is aldehydes and ketones. It's a new chapter. The first part in this chapter is introduction of aldehydes and ketones. Organic compounds having C double bond O group are called carbonyl compounds. Here this C double bond O group is known as carbonyl group. This C double bond O group is known as carbonyl group. It is also known as oxo group. Its general formula is CnH2nO. Here N equal 1, 2, 3 dash. Carbonyl compounds are grouped into two categories. One is aldehyde, the other one is ketones. Aldehyde group is C double bond OH. One side one hydrogen is compulsory, minimum one hydrogen. If more than one hydrogen, no problem. Also known as formyl group. This group is known as formyl group. Formaldehyde, you know that formyl group. It is a monovalent group. Ketones, the carbonyl group is, the C double bond O is carbonyl group, is a ketonic group when it is both the valencies are satisfied with alkyl group. It is a bivalent group. Bivalent means two groups. Here this C double bond O connected with two groups, those groups should be alkyl group. Only alkyl, it should not be hydrogen. R means alkyl. In case of aldehyde, one of the side at least one hydrogen should be present. If both side hydrogen is there, no problem. In case of aldehyde, for ketones, it's mandatory both sides should be alkyl groups. Next, ketones further classified into two types, simple and mixed. The simple, another name is there, symmetrical ketones. The other one is unsymmetrical ketones. You know the meaning of symmetrical means if you cut it half, the right side and left side should be similar or same. See, if I cut it here, the below one is R group, the above one also R group. Example here I can take here methyl group and above also methyl group. It comes under simple or symmetrical. Okay, the other one is if I cut it here, the below one is methyl, the above one is ethyl. There is no symmetry here. So these are known as unsymmetrical ketones. Okay, the ketones are two types. Aldehyde mein there is no choice. Okay, aldehyde however one side is hydrogen, the other side is alkyl group. But in the ketones, two types, simple and mixed. This is mixed, this is simple. Simple, another name is symmetrical. Now here important point and note point is C double bond O attached, if it is attached with lone pair containing groups like OH, halogens, NH2, OR. In this case, these are not carbonyl compounds, not a carbonyl compounds. Here C double bond O is there, but these are not carbonyl compounds. Why? Because in these groups, due to resonance, you can see the resonance, lone pair is giving here, this lone pair and pi bonds are in conjugation, so resonance is possible. Due to this resonance, this bond is becoming like this. Here C single bond O minus, in between Z and C double bond is there. Okay, So here there is no C double bond O group now. That's why these are not called as carbonyl compounds. Okay, so these are generally carboxylic acid, halo, acid chlorides or acid halides, amides, esters. These are not carbonyl compounds. Next, structure of carbonyl group. You can see here this carbon. Generally we know the hybridization formula is number of sigma bonds plus lone pairs. So for carbon, how many sigma bonds are there? 1, 2, 3. Total 3 sigma bonds. That means sp2 hybridization. That means trigonal planar structure. Yes, this is the trigonal planar structure. So what is the bond angle? Generally the bond angle is 120 degrees. Here 120 degrees. Okay, here carbon and oxygen has one sigma bond, one pi bond. This pi bond is p pi bond. P pi bond. This carbon has one unhybridized orbital. This one also one unhybridized orbital is there. These two orbitals are overlapping. Okay, this carbon has sp2 hybridization. Orbital diagram. Okay, here these pi bonds are overlapping. This is unhybridized. This one is sp2. This one is sp2. This one also sp2. Here this one also sp2. The sigma bond name is sp2p sigma bond. The pi bond is and pp pi bond. Okay, next point here. Due to electron negativity difference in carbon and oxygen, this pi bond is polarized towards oxygen. So oxygen getting negative charge, carbon getting positive charge. So it is polar nature. It has polar nature. Okay, next. Hence, aldehydes and ketones possess dipole moment. What is the dipole moment? Mu equal to E into D. Here E means it is a charge. Some partial charge is there. The D means the carbon center to oxygen center distance. It's nothing but the bond length. Next topic is general methods of preparations. Here in this video we are going to discuss for both aldehydes and ketones preparations. The methods which we are going to discuss, from those methods we can prepare aldehydes and ketones. Okay, that first one is oxidation of alcohols. For good oxidizing agents are K2Cr2O7 and KMnO4. Here we are taking K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium. In acidic medium it acts as strong oxidizing agent. Okay, so C primary alcohol, this OH attached carbon, this is called alpha carbon. If this alpha carbon having how many hydrogen, these hydrogens becomes OH in the presence of strong oxidizing agent. So your product will be R OH and OH, 3 OHs. Even 2 OH on same carbons is unstable, so immediately one water molecule is removed. just then it is forming RC double bond OH, carboxylic acid. Okay, that means now primary alcohols converting into carboxylic acid in the presence of strong oxidizing agent. Okay, suppose if you take ketones, if you take ketones, you have only one hydrogen here, R group is fixed, then it becomes like this, R C OH and OH, two groups, another one is alkyl group. Then here again two hydroxy groups on same carbon is unstable and released one water molecule. Then it is forming RC double bond OR. That means here it is forming ketone. Okay, you can see here primary alcohols undergoing oxidation and forming aldehyde, but this aldehyde furtherly oxidized into carboxylic acid. But in case of secondary alcohols undergoing oxidation and forming ketones, here aldehyde is very sensitive group, that's why it is converting into carboxylic acid. Now you can see here primary alcohols are producing aldehydes. Aldehydes can be prepared from primary alcohols, right? Now secondary alcohols can be oxidized to ketones. Just now we saw that example, right? But here we discussed only one oxidizing agent, that is K2Cr2O7, but so many other oxidizing agents are there which can produce good yield of aldehydes. See here the main important reagent, that is PCC and PDC, and other third one is Jones reagent. See what is the PCC? Pyridinium chlorochromate. Pyridinium chlorochromate. What is the PDC? Pyridinium dichromate. Pyridinium dichromate. PCC is pyridinium chlorochromate. Here the solvent is, we are taking dichloromethane. Okay, CH2Cl2 is the solvent. The third one is the Jones reagent. It is in acidic medium, chromium trioxide plus H2SO4 in acetone. Okay, aprotic solvent we are taking here. Next, so from these all three reagents we can prepare aldehydes from primary alcohol. Primary alcohols are giving aldehydes. Secondary alcohols are giving ketones. Okay, secondary alcohols are giving ketones, right? Now opener oxidation, it is a named reaction, so it's also important. The opener oxidation, it is the reverse of Mirwin-Pondorf-Verley reduction. Mirwin-Pondorf-Verley reduction. Now what is happening here? Opener oxidation. So oxidation हो रहा है. Which is getting oxidation? Alcohol getting oxidized into ketones. But the thing is here, ketone we required. In this, the purpose of this opener oxidation is preparation of ketone. But we need ketone. What is the logic here? We need any one of the ketone. Not only exactly वही ketone चाहिए. Okay, suppose here we are taking acetone, but we are making maybe 1, 2, 3 butanone, pentanone, hexanone. Okay, whatever you want to take, prepare, that ketone you can prepare, but one of the ketone is required here, right? So simple in this equation, the alcohol is converting into same groups. The alcohol is converting into ketones. The ketone is converting into alcohols. Okay, this is the main thing. Now here important and noted point is this reagent aluminum tertiary butoxide. Aluminum tertiary butoxide. So this is the tertiary butoxide. 1 2 3 4 4 compounds, 4 carbons, butyl oxide, butyl oxide. This is the tertiary butyl oxide. Okay, so here aluminum is there. So aluminum valence is 3, that's why 3 times and aluminum. Okay, aluminum tertiary butoxide. This reagent is important. So in this named reaction, what's happening? Alcohol converting into carbonyl compound converting into alcohol. You can see one example here. We are taking primary alcohol and quinone. The quinone becomes quinol. Okay, here this alcohol converting into aldehyde. Right? If you take ketone, secondary alcohol, you will get ketones. Now, mild oxidizing agent. Yes, sub oxidizing agents we are discussing. Mild oxidizing agent, that is chromium trioxide pyridine, is a basic medium. Okay, is a Collins reagent or AgO2 at 250 degrees Celsius. This is also mild oxidizing agent. Okay, here these primary alcohols are converting into aldehydes. It is giving good yield of aldehyde. If you take strong oxidizing agent, what will happen? This aldehyde furtherly converting into ketones, carboxylic acids. Okay, but here it is a mild oxidizing agent, so this reaction cannot take place. Okay, that's why it is giving good yield. Next, one more important reagent, that is very simple reagent, copper 300 degrees Celsius. In this copper 300 degrees Celsius, here the mechanism is CH3OH, hydrogen and hydrogen. Here dehydrogenation it takes place, that to alpha, from alpha position. Okay, so what's happening here? I have took that ethyl alcohol, so I am getting here CH3C double bond OH, aldehyde I am getting, aldehyde. Suppose this group is alkyl group, then obviously I will get ketone. Okay, the mechanism is like this. So primary alcohols are giving aldehyde, secondary alcohols are giving ketones. In the last reaction also we discussed same thing. But now the thing is here tertiary alcohols are there. These are tertiary alcohols. These are converting into alkenes. These are converting into alkenes. Why? Because there is no hydrogen here. On this carbon, if hydrogen is there, it can release minus H2. But here there is no hydrogen. That's why it is giving alkenes. Next, by hydrolysis of gem dihalides. What is gem dihalide? In the nomenclature I explained you, gem means on same carbon two halogens are there, that is geminal. On adjacent carbons two halogens are there, that is vicinal. Now we are going to discuss geminal halides, that is gem dihalides. Okay, from gem dihalides we can prepare aldehydes. So what we are doing, aqueous KOH. What is the aqueous KOH functioning? RX2ROH. That means it is removing the halogen and substituting OH minus. The KOH is K plus and OH minus, good nucleophile. It is replacing the halogens. Two halogens are replaced by two OH groups. Just now I told you, on the same carbon two hydroxy groups are there, that is unstable. So it is removing water molecule and forming aldehyde. How water molecule is removing? You can see it is common in the organic chemistry. I will explain you here. RCH OH and here one more OH is there. When this bond is shifted here, this total bond is going away. So here it's nothing but H plus, here OH minus. This H plus and OH minus forming water molecule separate. Here R in between carbon and oxygen double bond, the remaining hydrogen as it is. Okay, like this every time water molecule is releasing whenever two hydroxy groups are present on same carbon. Okay, next here only one condition is stable whenever this C2OH groups, the adjacent carbon has chlorines, that is generally chloral structure is there. In case of chloral, here due to this hydrogen bond, this one is the stable hydrogen bond. Only one case this is stable, two OH groups on same carbon, generally unstable, removing water molecule and forming aldehyde or ketones, but only one condition, when it is forming hydrogen bond, two OH groups are stable. The example is chloral. Okay, next, oxidation of diols. Oxidation of diols with periodic acid HiO4, the cleavage of diols, we can say oxidation of diols, and lead tetraestate, vicinal diols gets oxidized to form carbonyl compounds. HiO4 and lead tetraestate, दोनों केस में vicinal means adjacent OH groups are there, then these OH groups will cleavage, the bond will cleavage and forming either aldehydes or ketones. So what to do in this? Just you have to do only one thing here. While you are cleaving the bond, you have to make it here OH and either side also OH, two OH groups. Then same mechanism, see here I am writing RCH, above one OH group and the side one more OH. Two OH groups are unstable, then remove the water molecule and making aldehyde. Okay, same here, just you cut it, put here one OH, put here one OH. So OH removing water molecule and forming C double bond O. Then it becomes ketone. That means if the vicinal diols having hydrogens, then obviously it will form aldehydes. The vicinal diols are having both alkyl groups, then it will forming ketone. Next, ozonolysis. From alkenes we can prepare aldehydes and ketones. So whenever this ozone is reacting with unsaturated alkene or alkyne, it is forming ozonide structure. It is just like home structure. Okay, so this is the mechanism here. This bond cleavage, suppose here one electron, here one electron is there, these two electrons are forming bond, one electron and one electron is there, these two electrons are forming bond. Okay, but I will give you very simple mechanism for this, for ozonolysis. So just you cut it, double bond, just put here one oxygen, cut the double bond, put the oxygen. Okay, cut the double bond, put the oxygen. Now CrCHO, what is the other one? CH2, generally HCHO I can write. Okay, so here just put the oxygen and oxygen. So sometimes the question will be there like this. Okay, now what are the reactants? Just what to do, break this, put here one oxygen, here one oxygen. That means 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. The second one is ketone. So 1 2 3 4, this is the butane 2-one, this is the acetone or propanone. Okay, like this you can write very easily this ozonolysis products. Next, from alkynes. From alkynes, by hydrolysis we can make carbonyl compounds. Then one ine alkynes, one ines and acetylene giving aldehydes. Here addition of water, you can take one mole HOH, again one more HOH. The same process, two hydroxy groups are on same carbon, then you have to remove water molecule, then also you will get it. Otherwise you can write keto-enol tautomerism mechanism, then also you will get two types of mechanism is there. Okay, next, hydroboration. Here in this hydroboration we know that HBH3, H minus, here BH2 plus, BH2 plus. So here it is giving anti-Markovnikov product, anti-Markovnikov product is giving. Suppose here in generally, suppose if you are taking HOH, direct HOH, the OH is attacking here, HOH, so two times RC OH and OH CH3. Then what is the final product here? Removing water molecule RC double bond OCH3. So ketone is forming. Okay, but if you take hydroboration, or R2BH, if you take hydroboration, you will get anti-Markovnikov product, that means aldehyde you will get it. See here, H is the minus, this is part is plus. So in generally H is plus, so the H is attacking where more number of hydrogens are there, that means here. OH minus, the nucleophile or negative particle from the reagent, is attacking where less number of hydrogens are there. OH minus attacking here. But here what is the minus? Hydrogen is the minus now. So this hydrogen is attacking like nucleophile where less number of hydrogens are there. This hydride ion, this H minus is attacking. So obviously you will get aldehydes here. Okay, you can write the mechanism. Now next, NEF reactions, NEFs. So next, NEF reaction. In this NEF reaction, nitroalkanes are used in this reaction. The alpha hydrogen of nitroalkane shows acidic nature. Okay, so here this hydrogen is shifted to this oxygen. See the mechanism here, the sigma bond is shifted here, this pi bond is shifted here, so oxygen getting negative charge, this hydrogen is shifted to oxygen. This is the SE form. This is similar to keto-enol tautomerism. Keto-enol tautomerism. Right? Now it is reacted with NaOH and forming, it is a salt, then by the hydrolysis it is producing aldehydes. Okay, suppose here only one hydrogen is there in the alpha position, again forming Se form. Just hydrolysis, just you take it, C double bond N is there, break the double bond and put one oxygen. That's enough, the ketone. In case of tertiary nitro compounds, there is no alpha hydrogen here, so lack of the hydrogen, there is no further reaction. Okay, so primary nitro alkanes giving aldehyde, secondary nitro compounds giving ketones, like alcohols, primary alcohol to aldehyde, secondary alcohol to ketone, like that. Next, by hydrolysis of carbonyl derivatives. What are the carbonyl derivatives? The carbonyl compound reacting with some other compounds like NH2. Here any Z group is there. It may be alkyl or NH2 or whatever XYZ. Okay, in this case generally here water molecule is releasing. Okay, so the product is like this, C double bond N, here Z. So Z कुछ भी हो सकता है, anything. It may be OH, it may be R, it may be NH2 or dash dash dash, benzene ring something. Okay, I can write it here, a few things, OH, NH2, phenyl, methyl, okay, dash dash. Methyl means R group, any, Z के place में. So these all are the derivatives of carbonyl compounds. From this derivative of carbonyl compounds, how can we make aldehyde? Means just very simple, only one step. Just you break this double bond and put one oxygen. So wherever C double bond group is there, just you break it, put oxygen, break it, oxygen. Okay, so you are getting aldehydes and ketones like this. That depends on these groups. If two are alkyl groups are there, obviously you will get ketone. If one is hydrogen is there, then obviously you will get aldehyde. Next, one more here, acetal and ketol. Acetal means two alkoxy groups are there on the aldehyde. In the ketones, if two alkoxy groups are there, that is ketol. So generally what we are doing here, hydrolysis. In that case, what will happen here, this R becomes OH, here OH. Okay, then we know the story. On the same carbon, if two OH groups are there, what will happen? One is OH releasing, here H is releasing, OH minus H plus water molecule, it is forming C double bond O group. Depends on these groups, it is either aldehyde or ketone. Okay, same here, OR becomes OH by the hydrolysis, then removal of water molecule, it is forming ketones. Okay, next, of course here byproduct is alcohol. This R group is there, that becomes alcohol byproduct. Next, last second, right? By oxidation of alkyl halides. So these alkyl halides react with dimethyl sulfoxide and giving aldehydes. Okay, see here what's happening. Dimethyl sulfoxide, this oxygen is, dimethyl sulfoxide is oxidizing agent. So wherever this halogen attached, that carbon getting oxidation, here. So if primary alkyl halides are there, producing aldehyde. If it is secondary alkyl halides are there, it is giving ketones. Okay, so just what's the mechanism here? Similar to primary alcohol to aldehyde, secondary alcohol to ketones. Next, from Grignard reagent. What is Grignard reagent? RMGX is the Grignard reagent. In this RMGX, R is minus, MGX is plus. Okay, this Grignard reagent react with cyanides. In the cyanide, nitrogen is minus, carbon is plus. So this alkyl group acting as nucleophile and attacking on this carbon. So obviously now the MgX will goes to nitrogen. It will substitute on the nitrogen. See here, just like addition reaction, it is nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay, then furtherly we are doing hydrolysis. In this hydrolysis, what's happening here? It becomes C double bond O, just oxygen. See here in the hydrolysis, H OH H OH, two times, two double bonds are there. Hydrolysis means what? Consumption of water molecule. Consumption of water molecule. One side hydrogen, one side OH, two times. Here it becomes NH2. Here OH OH. Furtherly the water molecule is released. Then it is forming ketone. Then by esters, formaldehyde cannot be prepared by this method. It is a very important and note point. Okay, note point is formaldehyde we cannot prepare, but other than formaldehyde we can prepare aldehyde and ketones. So this RMGX, same R minus is attacking on the carbonyl group, then oxygen getting minus, it goes to OMGX. Then by the hydrolysis, here H and OH. Okay, this OH is there. Then furtherly this OH I can write like this. This OH is coming back. This OR is good leaving group. The OR is leaving. Okay. Next, in case of other than acyl formate, alkyl formate, other than alkyl formate, if you take any alkyl alkanoate, you will get ketones. Here R minus is attacking on this carbonyl, MgX is there, lone pair. Okay, it is forming addition reaction. Then hydrolysis, that means OH. Then next step, here this H is coming back, the sigma bond rearrangement, right? Here OR is leaving. You can see C double bond R. Okay, this one. Here aldehyde and ketones we can prepare from this. Next, from beta keto acid, you can see R C double bond O CH2 C double bond OH. So this is the alpha carbon, this is the beta carbon. Functional group attached carbon is alpha carbon, next carbon is beta carbon. Here if you observe this functional group, here C double bond O OH. Okay, like C double bond O CH2 and C double bond O, like this is there, then maximum chances are there by heating. Here carbon dioxide is releasing. So whenever beta keto esters are there, by heating carbon dioxide is releasing. So just you remove this carbon dioxide, because here beta position keto group is there, then you will get like this. Okay, now here just you remove this CO2, then CH3 C double bond O CH3. Okay, so from these methods, from beta keto acids we can prepare aldehydes and ketones. Total 11 methods are there. We can prepare aldehydes and ketones. In the next video we can discuss only aldehydes and only ketones. How can we make? Bye. This is a part 1 over.